Hello students, let us begin the class, UC second year class, that is Principles of Inheritance and Variation. In the last lecture, we have discussed about introduction to the principles of inheritance and variation. In detail, we have discussed. Today, we are going to learn about Mendelism, or in other words, Mendel's laws of inheritance. So Mendel's laws of inheritance and Mendelism. So both are same. Under Mendelism, we are going to talk about his work, his contribution. What is his contribution towards the genetics? That all aspect we are studying under Mendelism. In addition to that, that is what are the different laws of inheritance proposed by Mendel's. All those aspects we are going to learn. Okay, so under Mendelism, let us talk about the first. So during the mid 19th century, during the middle of the 19th century, so the headway was made to understanding of the inheritance. So what is inheritance? So that aspect was the started in the year in the during the middle of the 19th century. So it was the Gregor John Mendel. See, it was the Gregor John Mendel who is regarded as the father of genetics. So he born in the year 1822. So he was an Australian monk. Okay. So he is regarded as the father of genetics. Why he is regarded as the father of genetics? All aspect we are learning that. So he born in the year 1822 and he was an Australian monk. So what is monk? Monk means he was a priest. Okay. And he was an Australian monk. And he conducted hybridization experiments. So you are going to discuss what is hybridization. Hybridization, here the artificial pollination is carried. Artificial pollination or cross pollination is carried by the Mendel. So that process is known as hybridization. So Mendel breeding experiment he conducted on a garden pea plant. So garden pea is also called as Pisum sativum. And he proposed, after conducting the experiments on garden pea, by seeing the result of after pollination, the offsprings he obtained, and based on that he proposed the laws of inheritance. So based on the result, he proposed the laws of inheritance. Then about 7 years he has conducted his experiments and proposed the law of inheritance in the living organisms. And Mendel's investigations into the inheritance pattern, it was the first time that he used the mathematics approach to explain the biological problems. So in order to, so Mendel shown his experiments through the problems, biological problems. To explain those biological problems, Mendel used mathematics approach. Okay, so this was a very different method of approaching the explanation of the biological data. And finally, he presented his work. So finally, what he did after experimentation, he got the result. And after getting the result, he presented one book. He wrote one book. In that book, he has explained all the breeding experiment, details of the experiment. In the book called Natural History of a Brun in the year 1865. But his work was remained unrecognized. So though Mendel experimented, he gave the result, everything, but his work was not recognized by many people. For about 16 years, how many years? For about 16 years, his work was unrecognized. After his death, so when he died, so he died in the year 1884. In the year 1884 he died. So finally his work was rediscovered. His work was rediscovered by 3 different scientists. So after his death, his work was not recognized and he died. After his death, His work was rediscovered by three different scientists, namely Carl Correns, Hugo de Vries, von Tesmark in the year 1990. So these three scientists who have once again rediscovered the work of the Mendel. Okay, then they have conducted experiments independently. So all the three persons have conducted the experiment independently and obtained results similar to those of the Mendel. So whatever result they got, their result was almost similar to that of Gregor John Mendel's experiment. Then the contribution of Mendel is the principles of inheritance. So what is the contribution of Mendel? That principles of inheritance to the understanding of the mechanism of inheritance. Mainly this concept. So Mendel contribution is what? To make, understand, to give the principles of inheritance to the understanding of mechanism of inheritance. So this was the major contribution of Mendel. So because of to give the in order to give the basic principles of inheritance and mechanism of inheritance, for this concept Mendel got the Nobel Prize also, and he is regarded as the father of genetics. So he has regarded as a father of genetics. We will be given some time for one more question. Who is the father of genetics and why he is called as a father of genetics? What is his contribution? So this concept you have to tell. That is the principles of inheritance to the understanding of the mechanism of inheritance is a major contribution of the Mendel's. So for that sake he is regarded as the father of genetics. Next. Next comes, what are the reasons for selecting the pea plant? So Mendel selected garden pea plant for his experiments for the cross pollination. Why he has selected only the garden pea plant? Why not he selected any other plant? There are some reasons. The reasons for the selecting pea plant. First of all, this plant, Piosypes sativum or garden pea, is a annual plant. So what is the meaning of annual plant? The annual plant means the plant which completes its life cycle within 1 year. So that is called annual plant. Or in other word, its life cycle was very short. Piosypes sativum lifespan was, our life cycle was very short. So because of that short life cycle, he could get plenty of result. So hence he selected annual plant. He did not select neither biennial plant or perennial plant. Okay, so in order to get the result very fast, he considered annual plant. After that, second reason is that in that plant he saw many contrasting character. So later on you will be learning what are the seven different contrasting character. What are the different contrasting character Mendel selected. Okay, so he has selected this plant because this plant shows many contrasting characters. Here contrasting character means what? Contrasting means opposite character. For example, height of the plant. What are the two options of the opposite character of the height? The plant height may be either long or it may be short, tall or short. So this is one example for contrasting character. In addition to that, third reason is that the plant was true breeding. The plant was true breeding. What is the meaning of true breeding? True breeding means this is a pure plant. Means how to get a true breeding plant. So Piosypes sativum can be true breeding plant because how we get the true breeding variety means by selfing the plant. Garden pea is selfed for several generations, about 6 to 7 generation. The plant was selfed and then that plant has become true breeding variety, and then this character he obtained. Later on, flowers were bisexual. Then what is the significance of a bisexual flower? Why not the unisexual flower? The main advantage of the bisexual flower is that these plants can be bisexual flower. The plant can be self-pollinated or cross-pollinated. Means if the bisexual flowers are there, the plants can be either cross-pollinated or self-pollination. So here two options are there. Either the flowers can be self-pollinated, or the flowers can be cross-pollinated. So hence two options are present in the bisexual plant. So flowers based bisexual means both male and female sexual parts are present in the same plant, same flower. So bisexual flower he selected. After that, plants were very small. The plant was very small. What is the advantage of that being a small? If the plant is small, it is easy to cultivate anywhere in his churchyard. Okay, so the plant was very small. In order to handle very easily, he could able to cultivate the plant very easily, and for that sake he selected that plant. After that, the cross, that is the single cross, results in the formation of many offsprings. So this is a major advantage of the reason for the selection of the garden pea plant. What is that? In a single breed, in a single experiment, in a single cross, he got many offsprings, many seeds at a time. So this is also one of the major advantage of a the garden pea plant. So all these are the advantages of the garden pea plant in order to select for the breeding experiment. So Mendel selected this plant for all this for all these reasons. Okay, something will be given in the examination why the Mendel has selected. So give reason for selection of the garden pea plant. So you have to write all these points. Okay, because since they are annual plant, because they have very short life cycle, hence this is one reason. Second, they possess contrasting character, means opposite character. And then the plants were true breeding. Why he has done a true breeding variety? He got a true breeding because for in order to avoid the unwanted plant. So he wanted to prevent the that is unwanted pollination. He wanted to prevent. So hence pure line. So he wanted to get the pure line selection. Hence a true breeding variety. He selected. After that, flowers were bisexual. If the bisexual were present, both male and female, sexual parts are present in the same flowers, then he could be able to either self-pollinate or cross-pollinate. So this option was there in that flower. So hence he selected that plant. After that, the plants were very small also, easily observable characters were present, and then easily he was able to cultivate the plant. And in the single cross, many offsprings he obtained and many seeds he obtained. So because of all these reasons, Mendel selected garden pea for his experiment. So we shall stop here.